just let me take you back to that LinkedIn message you sent me kind of 3.5 years ago. And you sent me a LinkedIn message saying help. How were you feeling? What was that overriding emotion that you had that caused you to reach out to me?
I think from that perspective, as we went through astronomical growth as a company, and suddenly went from a new business to scaling over 1 million in terms of turnover pretty quick, it was sort of the overarching belief of am I good enough? Have I reached the limits in terms of what I can take a business to? Being a young lad myself, should I say so, in terms of them managing a business of that size with that amount of contracts, with that amount of people. It was sort of that validation from someone like yourself who come highly recommended and working with.
What's where you are now enable you to do more of?
So obviously going through 10 million was a huge milestone for us as a company this year. And again, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, but from that perspective, please take this with the biggest pinch of salt that you can, is that my emotion to the business has changed as a business owner. Edu Lettings will always be my baby, and I will always have the utmost care for it, because everything that happens is still my name above the door. But ultimately, from that perspective, I run the business like a business now. I don't run it as my own, who has to be involved in every single decision, every single granular detail of it, because ultimately, with your help in terms of modelling my SLT team in terms of that support, and ultimately the layers below that in terms of people who can come through, that certainly helped me considerably in terms of giving me my own time back or focusing on the business rather than in the business.